सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए विनती सुनिए, आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए, आदि शक्ति मेरी। पूछने का अधिकार दीजिए, पूछने का अधिकार दीजिए। शरणागत है हृदय पुजारी, विनती सुनिए, आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए, आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए, विनती सुनिए, विनती सुनिए। आदि शक्ति मेरी।
Hi, good morning everybody. It's great to see you all here. I've got a cup of tea ready here. I'm down with the flu and trying not to sneeze and cough in the meantime. But let's just be in the state of meditation together and start off by humbling ourselves down. Put our Agnya on Mother Earth and then raising our Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandhan.
श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी Shri Nirmala Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha.
So to love God is even more difficult. Without seeing Him, without knowing Him, without knowing His bounties, without getting realization, it is very difficult. But today that is not the case. But still you have to have no fear in your mind. Trust. You trust yourself and trust others. First of all, try to trust yourself. If you have made mistakes, you have to say, yes, I have made mistakes, all right. So what? Trust yourself that you can correct yourself also. Trusting doesn't mean blind ego trip. It does not mean that. Trust means that, yes, I can correct myself. I can improve. I can do better. Some people think that if you trust yourself, then you should never confess anything that you have done wrong. That you should never say that it was wrong and I can correct. This is a wrong idea. You have to trust yourself by saying that, yes, I have done mistakes. I have been doing wrong. I have been faltering, but I can correct. I have that strength within me. I can rise above all these things. I have that thing within me which I can use to my advantage. Trust yourself. Trust that you are realized. Trust that God loves you, that He has chosen you to be His instrument. Love yourself. You are unique, no doubt. As it is human beings, every individual is a unique person. But after realization, you are definitely a unique person. It never means ego trip. One has to use discretion about understanding. It never means ego trip. If you cannot correct yourself, you are not master of yourself. Yes, you are not perfect. You are unique, but you are not perfect. You have to perfect yourself. These words can be very confusing. When I say you are unique, immediately you think you are perfect. These are two words, unique and perfect. Somebody can be unique, but he can have imperfections. So you have to perfect yourself. And trust in yourself that you can perfect yourself through your Kundalini awakening, clearing your chakras. By understanding yourself, you can perfect yourself. You have to perfect. I have so many ways, I tell you. Directly, sometimes indirectly, through friends, somehow point out that this is the problem with you. You should think that I am within you. I am that part within you which is discretion. When you do not understand your own discretion, I try to give you the direction. By this way or that way. But people feel hurt. People feel bad. Or some of them accept it. If you are seekers and if you are ascending, you are definitely unique. Well, especially blessed. And you have to pay special attention to yourself. You can't afford to play with yourself. So you have to discriminate between ego or ego trips as they call it and ascent. Ego trips bring you back with the worst hurting. It would be something like throwing you in the air and again you come back with a bump and break one of your necks or something like that. That's what ego trip is. But ascent is where you really rise above. Not only that you rise, but with you, you make others rise. In your ascent, you develop tremendous powers. The higher you ascend, the better it is. But not by understanding that I am perfect, you can ascend. Never so. There's a story of a teacher and his student. The teacher was very kind to the student when he would come and show him his creations. He was very kind to him. And every time he would say that I have done this good and this is the thing that I have not been able to do. So will you please tell me how to correct it? And the teacher would say, yes, good. You better correct this part. Then do this. One day, the student came and said, now, this is perfect. He said, you are no more student now. So he said, no more. You are not to come to me anymore. There was another student who was coming every day and correcting himself. And he told to his teacher that today I think I can teach others, but not yet perfect. He said, all right, you go and teach. The third one was a student who came, and he was always trying to see what was the mistake and how he has to correct, and how he worked very hard, very assiduous, very hardworking. And he came to his teacher one day and he said, sir, I will not trouble you anymore now. He said, true, now you take my seat. That is what one has to understand. You ascend, you will become humbler. It is just the other way around, people understand. You see, when they ascend, they think we have achieved some special powers. I don't know, suddenly self-certification starts, you see. I'm very good in spirituality, I'm very high up and all that. This self-certificate starts. And then it can reach such a point that suddenly you found you are on the earth again. This kind of thing is not the way it works out. Actually, the people who ascend, there are certain qualities that show on them. The first thing is your collectivity. How collective you are. With how many people you can carry on. At how many things you can laugh. That is one of the biggest qualities. The second quality is that how much you accept another's domination, who cuts down your collectivity. You must have your personality separate from everyone. If you allow others to cut your personality, say for example, there's a boss and you are the employee, and the boss is not realized soul and you are a realized soul. Or maybe both are realized souls. Take it like that. And one of them is ascending. Then he becomes humbler, he becomes better, there are congenial relationships. But to a point. He will never compromise with his boss when it comes to his ascent, to his collectivity, to his giving, to his doing things for others. On that point, he'll never have any domination, because how much you feel responsible about yourself is the second point. How much you are responsible to be there, to be a cell in the heart. Any cell that fails the heart. Every cell in the heart has to be extremely sensitive and extremely obedient to the self, to the spirit. It has to activate, work harder when there is need, there is emergency. And it enjoys the most. And no impurity should be allowed. The third point. As I told you, first is collectivity, secondly, your responsibility. And third point is purity. Purity of your own heart, first of all. Of your own heart, about sincerity, cunningness. As I'm saying this, you will be realizing that all Englishmen believe in the contrary. Nowadays, not olden times, but nowadays. Clean heart, transparent, open heart. Trust others. Talk to everyone with an open heart. Trust others. Why do you doubt? If you do not doubt yourself, you will not doubt others. What are they going to take away from you? What have you got? Nobody can take away your nose, eyes, nothing. It's all quite intact. It's all nicely glued down. So nothing is going to disappear. What are they going to hurt to a person who is a realized soul? If your heart is clean, you can see the other person clearly through and through. Innocence is such a powerful thing that even a glance is sufficient to kill a Satan. Purity of heart. Actually, when the heart becomes impure, the impurity flows down to other places. It is not the other way round. It's from the heart. Many people believe that it's the body that becomes impure. I think it is the heart which becomes really impure, and then it starts trickling down to the body, and then it is residual there. It settles down there. So have a clean, open heart like a child's heart. Open heart. What is there to be afraid of anyone? What is there not to trust anyone? What is there to be angry with anyone? Talk to everyone, shake hands with everyone. Be nice to everyone. On the way you find somebody's difficulty, give him a hand. If somebody cannot sit properly or has a problem, you try to remove the problem. If the person cannot stand, give the place. Try to give from your clean heart. If your heart is not clean, it can never give. Now, how do you clean the heart? It's the subject.